Friday, the end of the week, or the beginning of the weekend. I prefer to look at it as the beginning of the weekend. So sitting on your mats, legs outstretched, just rub those legs, give yourselves a bit of a rock from side to side, feel those seat bones into the floor. Feel, it's interesting, feel, is your seat bone hitting the same place of your seat bone on the floor? Rub those legs. Are your ankles or are your heels at the same place? Are your ankles the same? Are your feet sticking up in the same way? So my right foot that used to fall right out is falling out less, but it still falls out a little bit. Get to those kneecaps, give them a roll them around on the top of that knee joint, push down the thumb down the inside of that knee, or kneecap rather, so that the edge of the kneecap sticks out over the edge of your leg, and then just rub your hand down underneath and the edge of that kneecap. And then rub the outside of the kneecap, push it back across. And then rub those kneecaps with the balls of your hand and give them a good circling. Slide those hands down towards the feet, soften your knees. Pulling your chest down towards your tummy button. Pulling your armpits down over those knees. Holding onto those feet if you can. Pulling yourself forward, extending your head up over your toes. And then push that right knee down and push that left knee. And then push both knees and stretch through that back. And then lift yourself up to vertical. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, roll them round and back. Roll those shoulders up to your ears, roll them round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, roll them round. Pop those hands on the floor behind. And lift that chest up, push that chest forward, squeeze those shoulders together, breathing in. Breathing out. Push the chest forward, push the chin up. Pull those knees down, don't let them push up. And then pull that chin all the way down into the chest. Pulling that chin all the way down and turn the eyes to the right side of that right leg. Pull that left ear away from that left shoulder. Lengthen that ear from that shoulder. Pull those shoulder blades together. And then swing the eyes through to the left side of the left leg. And push that right ear away from the right shoulder. Pull those shoulder blades together. And lengthen that right ear from that right shoulder. And then swing the head back so the eyes are looking all the way down between those legs, pulling those shoulder blades together. And then lift the eyes all the way up to the sky, contracting those muscles in the back of the neck. And then bring those eyes back to horizontal. Release the hands off the floor. Roll your shoulders down towards your feet, or hands down towards your feet rather. Slide those hands over the feet, put the fingertips in the arches of your feet and the toes in the wrist. Push those toes away and stretch through those armpits. Yeah, so Sandra, hold on to your feet, have your hands over the soles of your feet. So I've got my hands over them. Yeah, so bring your knees in and then push your toes away. Keep hold of your hands on your feet and it stretches through your arms. Gives your arms a bit more of a pull through those armpits and those shoulders. And then release the toes. Hold on to your feet though and just put your thumb on the top of your toe and push those big toes away. And then the second toe down, third toe. So we're bending those toe joints individually, pushing them, feeling them. Walk your fingers back up to the big toe and then hold on to the big toe, pull it backwards and pull the next toe and then the next toe and then the next toe and then the next toe. Straighten those little toes right out. And then turn those soles of those feet towards each other, really turning them and use your hands to help turn them around. So we stretch through the midfoot. And turn them away from each other and maybe help with your hands, helping the balls of the feet turn as well. And then release and sit up nice and tall. Hands on the floor, lift that chest up. Swing both feet to the right, like windscreen wipers, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left. And then a circle all the way around one way, and then all the way around the other way. Get those joints moving. Lift that chest up nice and tall, relax those feet. Rolling those shoulders up to the ears, back and down, take the hands off the floor. Bring those arms up to horizontal and then rolling yourself slowly down, pushing the vertebra one at a time, all the way down to the ground. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Push those fingers from the toes, push the right hand from the right foot, lengthening through that right side. And then the left hand from the left foot, lengthening through that left hand side. And then push both hands from both feet. And then pull those shoulders down towards the waist, keeping those hands above the head. And then push those shoulders up towards the ears, reaching those hands along across the floor. And then pull those shoulders down towards the waist. And then lift the arms up to the sky, keeping the shoulders down to the waist. Notice how weird that is to hold them there. Bring those arms all the way over next to your body on the floor. Keep those shoulders down to the waist. Lift the forearms and hands up and push off the elbows and lift that chest up into the sky, opening through that chest, pushing it up and then releasing it down. And then pushing it up, lift up onto the back of your head, push through those elbows, lifting that chest up, opening, and then release that body back down to the floor. Bring that left knee in, bring that right knee in. Lift the tailbone off the ground, hug the knees into the chest and release. Lift that tailbone off the ground and release. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. Drop those feet over to the left or knees over. Put the left hand on top of the right leg. Push that right hand away. Turn the eyes to the right. And then lift those knees up. Roll them all the way over to the other side. Put that right hand on top of the left leg, push that left arm away, turn the eyes left. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring the hand back on the floor, bring the knees up to center, straighten those legs up, bring those arms up to the sky, chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way up, slide those hands all the way down those feet, and then sit yourself up nice and tall. Bring that roller in. Bring that roller in, pop it on the floor behind you. Press those bottom ribs on the roller. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, and then on the out breath, push that chest up into the sky, let that head come down to the floor. Breathing in this position, breathing out. Bring that head back up, move the roller a little bit. And then rolling, lowering the head all the way back down on the out breath. Release. And on the release, let that head lengthen, let that neck traction. And then bring that head back up, move the roller a little bit more, breathing in. Breathing out. Let that head come to the ground, breathing in down here. And breathing out. And then lift the bum up off the floor and roll that roller up to the base of the neck, down towards those bottom ribs. So we can go a bit faster than we did yesterday. We're just going to roll up and down and make sure that you're going at a speed that doesn't make you tense up. Leaning onto that left side, all the way down, all the way up. And then in that middle. And then over onto that right side. And back to the middle. And then over on the left side. And then all the way over. All the way over on the left. All the way up, all the way down. Through that armpit, back over onto the back. So remember we did an intense upper back rolling yesterday. We just do a little taster today. So all the way down, all the way up. And then going over onto that right side, through that right armpit. Down over those bottom ribs. All the way back onto the back. Just mobilizing and stretching. And rest in the middle. Rest the head on the floor. Push that bum on the ground. Push those hands over the head. Reach and stretch those arms away from you. Breathing in. Bring those arms back in. Move that roller one more time. Bring the chin into the chest. And use the chin into the chest to bring yourself back up to sitting. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Right, let's put the roller lengthways on the mat. So push it up to the top, more to the top. And we're going to put our tailbone down at the bottom end of the roller. And we're going to have our it up the length of our spine. So make it be in the middle of the mat. Rest your hands, your arms down on the mat, so your elbows are touching it, forearms are parallel to the long side of the mat. So the end of the roller is parallel to my tailbone, or sticking past about an inch. So now we've got the ability to open our chest without the floor getting in the way. So let those shoulders wrap around that roller. Pull those shoulder blades into the roller and release. Take those arms out like a scarecrow and pull those shoulder blades, trying to squeeze that roller, and then stretch them away. Pull them, trying to squeeze in, stretch them away. Pull them, trying to squeeze in. Bring those hands back, level with the edge of the long side of the mat, keeping those shoulders squeezed in, and notice that your ears are pulled away from your shoulders. Flatten that back on the roller and feel how your pubic bone lifts into the sky when you do that. Keep those ribs on the roller and rotate that pelvis until the lower back lifts a tiny bit. As you rotate it, feel your lower abdominal muscles engage. Draw them in like you're stopping yourself having a wee. Straighten that right leg out straight. Feel the stretch through this hip flexor in the front. Push that right knee down to the floor. Pull that back, pull that lower back into that neutral spine. Don't flatten it, but don't let it arch. Bring that right leg back in. Straighten that left leg out. Feel the front of that the hip stretch. Straightening that left leg out, putting that leg away, keeping that neutral spine, keeping those tummy muscles engaged. Feel how much they have to work. Keep those shoulders relaxed. They're still pulling into the roller. Don't let them hunch up. Bring that left leg back in. Lift that right leg up off the floor. Bring that right knee into your chest and don't let the back shape change on the roller. Have you lifted those ribs up? Keep those ribs down. Pull those shoulder blades into the roller. Keep that lower back slightly lifted. Push that right leg back on the floor. Lift that left leg up. Again, keep that neutral spine. Notice where you want to tense. Are you wanting to pull your shoulders up? Are you wanting to lift your ribs up? Are you wanting to twist your spine? Put that foot back on the ground. Feel how much you have to use your abs when you lower it. Lift that right leg up. Hold it here. Take that right leg out straight. Feel how heavy it is. Lower that right leg down to the floor. Stretch through that hip flexor. Slide that right foot back in. Put it next to the left. Bring that left leg up towards the chest. Straighten that left leg out. Feel how heavy that is. Tighten the thigh and straighten the knee. Lower that left heel to the floor. Feel the stretch in the front of the hip and bring that left heel in towards your bum. Push both feet out straight. Keep that core strong. Feel the stretch in the hip flexors. Are you hunching your shoulders up? Pull those shoulders into the roller. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. Pull those elbows towards you, squeezing those shoulder blades together and keeping them down. Bring those hands down by your side, parallel to the long side of the mat. Have you let your lower back lift? Keep those tummy muscles engaged. Lift that right leg up straight. Lower it down. Lift that left leg up straight. Lower it down. Is one side easier than the other? Lift that right leg up. My right leg comes up beautifully easily. and lower it. Suddenly that left leg felt really heavy. Lift that left leg up. What's different? Are you pushing more on one hand than the other? Are you turning your back? Have you used less abdominals? Lift the right leg up. Bring the right leg into your waist. Feel how that eases off the load. Push that right leg out straight. So when you do quick legs with your abdominals, you lose track of what's going on with the core. Lift that left leg up. My right shoulder's trying to lift. Keep that right shoulder down. Keep it into the roller. Bring that left leg in. I've let go on the roller with my shoulders. I've got to keep hold. Push that left leg out to straight. Lower it down to the floor. Perch those fingers on the floor. Put the arms straight, but have them off the ground. Lift that left leg, that right leg up. Right legs come up. Hold it. Lower it down. Lift that left leg up. Hold it. Lower it down. Lift that right leg. Draw that core in hard. See if you can lift both legs. Lower the right leg. Lower the left. Draw the core in hard. Lift the left leg. See if you can lift the right as well. Lower the left. Lower the right. Bend those knees back in. Feet flat on the floor. Bring those arms up to the sky. Pull those shoulders into the roller. Bring those arms out wide. Bring the balls of the feet off the floor. Bring those hands to the sky. Take that left arm straight over the head. Keep still. Bring the left arm up. Take the left arm out wide, pushing through those heels. Bring that left arm up. Take the right arm straight over the head. Stabilizing with those feet. Bring that right arm back up. Take that right arm out to the side. Bring that right arm back up. Both arms up overhead. Don't let the ribs arch up. Feel how this is like taking the legs out. You've got to use your core. Keep that core strong. Bring those arms back up to the sky. Take both arms out wide. Hold them there. Lift that left leg up off the floor. Holding the hands off the ground. Put that left leg down. Lift that right leg up off the floor. So we're using the core and balancing. Lift that left leg up, light on my right heel. Tummy's engaged, shoulders are pulling into the roller. Put that left foot down. Lift that right foot up. Holding strong, lengthening. Put that right foot down. Bring those arms up into the sky, breathing in on the out breath. Chin into the chest and roll yourself up to sitting. Give the roller or tip. So hop off your roller. Well done. We've got a bit of balance going, a bit of evening. We can feel where we compensate. Pop those legs straight out in front. Lift that body up. Feel yourself nice and long and tall from having done that core stuff, that bracing. Feel how easy it is now to sit up straight. Lifting that chest up to the sky. Feel the imprint of the roller in the back of your head and through your shoulders. And now rounding that body forward all the way down towards those feet. Pull yourself down. And then sitting yourself up straight. Put that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind and turn. And then come back round to the front. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind and turn. Bring those arms up in front. Rolling down slowly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those hands all the way over the head. Push those fingers away from the toes. Bring that right knee up into the air and bring that right knee up in towards the armpit. Pull that right knee up. Really stretch through that right hip. Push the left leg away. Pull that right leg over your body to the floor. Push that right hand away. Reaching, stretching, keeping that right shoulder on the ground, lifting the breastbone up to the sky, tummy button to the sky. Pushing the hand away from the knee. Stretch. And then roll over onto that left side. Take hold of the right foot in the right hand. Roll that right shoulder up to the ear, down and back. Pull the pubic bone forward and make sure your tummy button, pubic bone, breastbone are aligned. Push that right foot into the hand. Lengthen that right foot away behind you. Stretch through the front of that hip. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull the pubic bone forward and increase the stretch. And then release that leg. Roll back onto your back. Pull that foot up towards you. Grab that right foot. Pull that foot up towards your left shoulder. Cradle that leg. Drag the foot across the body. Swing it back. Swing it across. Swing it back. Swing it across. Swing it back. Move those glutes. Swing it across. Keeping the lower back on the floor. Push that leg across to the left side. Feel the stretch in the bum. Pull that leg up towards your left shoulder. Feel the change in the hip. Release the foot, hold on to the knee. Pull that knee up. Pull that knee over the body, pushing the right hand away. Stretching, breathing in. Breathing out. And then release back onto the back, put the leg out straight, arms straight overhead, reach and stretch. Bring those arms up to the sky and bring that left knee in. Pull it all the way up to the armpit. Stretch through that hip, stretch through that, stretch that outside of the leg, stretch the inside, stretch that hip joint, push that right foot away. Push the tailbone into the floor, lengthen that spine. Pull that left leg, over the body. Eyes going left. Breastbone to the sky. Tummy button to the sky. Push that knee away from the hand. Lengthen. Lengthen. Make them as far away from each other as possible. Pull that knee to the floor. And then rolling over onto that right hand side. Rolling all the way over. Support the head with the underneath arm. Take that top shoulder up to the ear, back and down. Push that foot into the hand. Bring the pubic bone forward. Stretch through the front of that that top leg. Clench with that bum. Push that pubic bone forward. Push that foot into the hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pushing that foot into the hand. Lengthen the foot away behind you. And then release, rolling over onto your back. Keep hold of the knee. Keep hold of the knee, pull that knee up in towards the armpit. Take hold of that left foot. Pull that left foot up towards the right shoulder. Glide that shin bone across the body to the right. Swing it back left. Glide it right. Swing it back left. Glide it right. Hold it right. Feel that stretch through the glutes. Turning that shin bone. Gliding it across and back. Across and back. Across and back. Letting go of that foot. Pull that knee across the body another time. Push the hand away from the foot. The hand away from the knee. Push the knee down to the floor, tummy button to the sky, breastbone to the sky. Get that left shoulder after the left hand, left hip after the left knee. Breathing in, breathing out. Roll back onto the back. Bring that knee up into the armpit one more time. And then straighten that leg out on the floor. Push those hands away, push those toes away. Pull those shoulders down. Push those shoulders up towards the ears and stretch those shoulder blades. Pull those shoulders down. Bring those hands up to the sky. Push those shoulders and hands up into the sky. Push the spine into the floor. Pull those shoulders into the ground. Bring the arms down by your side. Slide the fingers under the bum. Push the elbows off the floor and lift that back up, stretching through that back. Pulling those shoulder blades together behind your back, drawing your tummy muscles in. Breathing in, fill those lungs up with air. Breathing out, stretch and slide those shoulder blades under the back. Lower the body down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring the hands to the sky, chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way up. Reach down towards those feet, stretching through that back again. Feel it a bit tight from the back bending. And then sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Slide those feet around and come onto all fours. Coming onto all fours. Turning the inside of the elbows forward. Knees are under the hips, pulling those knees apart and engaging those glutes. Turn that tailbone down, push that back up, eyes to the knees. Turn that tailbone up, bring that belly down, eyes come up to the sky, push that chest forward towards those fingers, towards the front of the mat. Turn the tailbone down, lift that back up, bring the eyes to the knees. Turn that tailbone up, bring the belly down, bring those eyes to the sky, push forward with the chest muscles. We're breathing in, breathing out, coming to neutral. Glide that body backwards over those heels, so we're bending the knee joint again, sorry, the hip joint again. This is exactly the same as hugging the knees in the chest. Don't let that back arch up. Pull those knees apart and lift yourself up onto all fours. Glide that body backwards so the tummy comes onto the thighs, shutting down that hip joint. Pull those knees apart, lift yourself up onto all fours. Slide those hands forward into that puppy pose. Push that chest down to the floor, push the chin down to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch. Push the arms away, tummy breastbone down. Keep the bum above the knees. Pulling those knees apart, keeping those glutes engaged. Push those hands into the floor, breathing in. Breathing out. So I was watching my dog do this last night. It's exactly what they do. They push their arms into the floor, breathing in, breathing out, and then they release them and they stretch them further forward. And then lift yourself up. So you can drag your hands back if you can, or walk them back. Turn the tailbone down, lift that back up, eyes to the knees. Bring yourself back into neutral. Turn yourself sideways onto your mat in neutral spine and slide those knees apart from each other. I've done this one for a while. Come down onto your knees. Come into neutral spine. So come into that neutral spine position. Breathing in. Breathing out, push the tailbone away, draw in the tummy, don't let the lower back sag. Knees are as far apart as you feel comfortable. And you can look down under your belly and check that your crutch is between your feet. Check the angle of your thighs is the same off the ground. Push those knees into the floor. Push those knees into the ground. Squeezing those knees together, breathing in. Breathing out, release, let those legs slide apart a bit. Swing those feet up so that the feet come apart and they're level with the knees. Push those knees into the floor. So we don't keep the feet together always. Move the feet, changes the angle of the knee. Pulling those knees into the floor, breathing in. Breathing out, let those legs slide a little further apart. Glide the body so your head comes over your hands and then glide it back. Glide it up, glide it back, glide it up, glide it back, glide it up, glide it back, moving that hip joint. Bring those feet back together, walk those hands back, and then bring those knees back in together next to each other and turn yourself back around onto the mat. Come down onto your elbows, come down onto your tummy. Rest your head on your hands. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, down and back. Clench your bum, push the pubic bone into the floor. Tighten the thighs so the knees and feet are off the ground. Draw in the tummy. Rest on the bottom ribs, pull those shoulders back and down. And then release those legs, release the thumb. Breathing in. Tense the bum, clench the legs, lift those knees and feet off the ground. As the knees and feet come up, feel the tummy button lower, so draw the tummy in and stabilize that pelvis. Rest on the bottom ribs, relax those shoulders, move those shoulders. Lower those legs down to the floor, feel everything give. Clench the bum, pushing the pubic bone in the ground, do it all at the same time. Lengthen the legs, push the feet away from the body, tighten the thighs. So lengthening the legs means straighten them. Lock those knee joints, push those feet away. Draw in the tummy. So you lift it off the ground, resting on the bottom ribs of the hands. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky and back and down. Drawing in the core, lift the right leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both legs up, 5, 4. Tummy up, 3. Don't let the tummy lower, 2, 1. So if you want, bring those hands away from under your head. Slide those fingers down by your hip. Elbows in the air, put one hand under each hip and feel that distance the hip joint is off the ground. Legs are still up off the floor. Pull those shoulders back and down. Lift that right leg up for 5, 4, and it should not pinch your fingers. 3, 2, 1. There should be no movement of the pelvis. Lift that left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when I first used to do this, my pelvis would squish down on my fingers. Now there's no movement at all. It all comes from the tummy muscles. And pushing with the bum, pushing that pubic bone hard into the ground. Lift both legs up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Bring those hands back next to the ears, elbows bent. So it's all about stabilizing the pelvis, comes from the bum. The harder you push the pubic bone in the floor, and the harder you draw the tummy muscles to pull the pubic bone in the floor, the more stable your pelvis is. So stabilizing the pelvis, clenching the bum, push that pubic bone in the floor, draw the core in, lift the belly up. Both legs automatically come off the floor a bit. Roll those shoulders up to the sky, pull them back. Lift those hands and forearms up and lower. Lengthen the head and just lift it off the floor about 1 centimeter. Hands and forearms up and lower. Hands and forearms up, hold them there. Lift the whole arm up into the sky. Touch those elbows down. Lift those arms up. Touch those elbows down. Lift the arms up and hold them. So we've got arms up, legs up, tummies off the floor, heads off the floor, eyes looking straight down. Right arm, left leg for 3, 2, 1. Left arm, right leg. So don't go crazy how high you lift. 3, 2, 1. The priority is the torso doesn't move. Right arm, left leg. 3, 2, 1. And the head stays still. Left arm, right leg. 3, 2, 1. Both arms. 3, 2, 1. Both legs. 3, 2, 1. Legs and arms. 3, 2, 1. And release. If you feel that in your back, it's because you've let go of the tummy. Breathing in. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Let those forearms be next to the body. Roll the shoulders up to the sky, pull them back. Lift that head and chest up off the floor in that cobra. Draw the tummy in and make sure you're not pushing that into the ground. So we're resting on the bottom ribs, clenching with the bum, lengthening those legs, pulling those elbows back towards the waist, pushing that body forward, breathing in, breathing out. and release. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Lift that head and chest up off the floor. Breathing in. Clench the legs, clench the tummy, lengthen the legs. Eyes looking at the front of the mat, pushing forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Drawing in the core. Take those arms off the ground. So we're lifted, resting on the bottom rib and the pubic bone. Legs are off the floor. Lift those arms up for 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands by your side, rolling those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Push up onto those thighs and the pubic bone. Push up onto those knees. Tighten the thighs, push up the knees off the floor. We're on the hands and we're on the feet. Breathing in. Push that bum into the air, drop the knees, and go back into child pose. All the way back, arching that lower back. Or rather rounding it. Rounding that back, stretching through those back muscles. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push those hands away. Walk the hands to the right hand side of the mat. And stretch the left. And then walk the hands to the left. Push that hand away and stretch the right side. Come back to the center. Pull those knees apart. Come up onto all fours. Coming up onto all fours. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Lengthen through that torso. Turn the inside of the elbows forward, pulling those knees apart. Slide that right leg out behind on the floor. Bring that right knee in towards that elbow. Slide that right leg out on the floor. Bring that knee in towards the elbow. Keeping neutral, slide that right leg out, push the chest forward. Emma, chest forward, open that upper back up more. Everyone back to the heads to the sky. Slide that right knee in towards the elbow. Push that leg out straight. So neutral spine. Push that chest forward. Lift that right leg up. Lower that right leg down. Lift that right leg up. Visualize the puppy pose with your chest. Lower that right leg down. Lift that right leg up. Hold it there. Pulse it into the sky for 3, 2, 1. Don't pivot the pelvis. Remember your fingers under the pelvis. Bend that knee. Push the heel to the sky for 3, 2, 1. Swing that leg under the body. Pull that leg out to the side in the frog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest that leg down next to the other one. So remember the frog pose, that's how high your knee has to come apart from the center line. Turning the inside of the elbows forward. Push that chest forward as if you've done the puppy pose. Feel the stretch in the upper back like you feel in the puppy pose while you're on all fours. Now draw the core in so that the lower back doesn't arch too much. Good. Straighten that right leg out behind. Bring that knee to the elbow. Straighten that right knee out. Foot on the floor still. Bring the knee to the elbow. Slide the foot on the floor behind. Bring the knee to the elbow. Slide the foot on the floor so the foot is still on the floor with the leg straight. Now lift the leg up into the sky and lower. Lift the leg up into the sky and lower. Push the chest towards the fingers, leg in the sky. Hold it there. Pulse the leg up for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Remember the fingers under the pelvis. Push the foot high, but don't let the pelvis squish your fingers. For 3, 2, 1. Swing that leg underneath you. Bring the leg out to the side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the knee rest the knee next to the other one. Slide those arms forwards on the floor in that puppy. Push that chest down. You've got to really open this chest up. Push the chest to the floor. Rest the chin on the floor. Push those arms forward. Push those forearms into the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. Push those arms down, pushing them away. Release the push, lengthen. Trying to get the chest on the floor. And then lift that body up, come back on the all fours, keeping that chest forward like that. Keeping that body lengthened, turn the inside of the elbows forward. That's better. Now you've got a better neutral spine, pushing that chest forward. Now take that left leg out behind and straight. Bring it back in. Take that right leg behind and straight, keeping that chest forward. Bring that right knee back in. Take the left knee out behind and straight. Bring it back in. Take the right knee behind and straight. Bring it back in. Take the left knee out and straight. Bring the knee to the elbow. Take it out straight. Lift it behind. Bring it back next to the other leg. So we're walking. Take the right leg out behind and straight. Bring the knee to the elbow. Take it out straight. Lift it up behind. Bring it down next to the other one. Rolling the inside of the elbows forward. Turning that left palm up. Push it under that right arm. Stretch through that armpit. Reaching through. Push off that right hand. Bring that left hand high into the sky. High into the sky, stretching through that body. Swing that arm through under the right arm. Push off that right hand, bring that left arm up. Bring that right arm bring it back next to the right arm. Turn the right hand palm up, push it through under the left hand. Push off the left hand, bring the right arm into the sky. Swing that right arm down under that left arm. Push off that left hand, bring that right hand into the sky. Rest that back next to the other hand. Push that chest forward like that puppy pose. Lengthen through the tailbone, pulling the tummy up towards the spine, so we're just protecting that lower back. Push the breastbone forward, bring the tummy up. Push the breastbone forward, pull the shoulders down towards the waist like we did on the floor, pulling them down away from the ears. Walk those knees forward between the hands and sit yourself up. Feel how you can lift yourself nice and tall and straight. Feel much straighter. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, I should say back and down, hands on the floor. Lift that chest up forward, breathing in. Tighten the thighs, toes to the nose, breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hips up off the floor, especially for Roz. Lift those hips up, push that chest up nice and straight. Lower that bum to the floor. Hold yourself here, swing those hands through all the way up into the sky. All the way around with those arms dust the floor. Take them in the sky and leave them there. Palms together, push them up into the sky, take the eyes up, breathing in. Breathing out, release those hands. Rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well done. That was excellent. Lots of moving, lots of stretching.